What's up everybody? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Kayla and today we are doing a sort of overall Q&A, photography, lifestyle, military, so on and so forth. So let's just get on into the video. I don't want this intro to be super long, so let's start with some questions. Alright, so I'm just going to actually first give you a couple of facts about me. So I am 21, almost 22. I got married to Truth, my husband, when I was 20 years old. He is an active duty airman in the Air Force. I am a full-time photographer and YouTuber. I shoot with a 5D Mark III and a Sigma Art 35mm lens and plan on getting a couple more goodies. And yeah, I feel like that's as basic as it gets. So let's jump into your guys' questions. So Mia asks on Twitter, do you plan to go to college? So I actually went to college for 2 years and I loved it there, but I was going to college because I wanted to get a degree in teaching. Basically what my plan was starting at a younger age, like beginning of high school, was to go to college, get my teaching degree and teach year-round and then shoot weddings during the summer. I've come to realize that I would have had literally zero time off, and that's not a life that I really want to live. I want to be able to travel and to spend time with my future family and, you know, like having kids. Like I want to be able to raise them and not have to worry about daycare or things like that with having, you know, a 9-to-5 job like teaching. So I quit college during my second year and I haven't looked back since. Mia also asked on Twitter, what did your parents think about you getting married young? So my mom was actually super supportive and so was my dad. I think they kind of knew it was coming because like Truth was, you know, enlisting in the military, and that's kind of a natural thing that happens when your boyfriend or girlfriend goes into the military. Usually you get married pretty young, and sometimes it's not the best decision, but they knew it was the right and best decision for us personally. Like I said, not everyone should get married right away, especially if you haven't been dating that long and, you know, other circumstances. But Truth and I had been dating for about 2.5 years at that point, and we both knew we wanted to marry each other. So we just said, hey, we're gonna go with it. Haley on Twitter asked, do you think without doing YouTube, your photography would be successful as it is? And do you think your location helps with your career? So I know my photography would be successful without YouTube, but I feel like I have more of an engagement audience with YouTube, if that makes sense. So like before I started making videos on YouTube, my content on Instagram would get, you know, likes and comments, but now I feel like people are more engaged. People are always like asking me questions, and I feel like that's opened up just like a whole nother door. As far as like client wise, I haven't really booked any sort of shoot or wedding from making YouTube videos yet, but I definitely plan on getting to that point. And the second part of our question is, do you think your location helps with your career? Honestly, no, because most of my clients are based out of Washington State. That's where I was born and raised. A lot of people know that I do photography up in the Pacific Northwest. So moving to California was a real challenge because I don't know anyone, and it was basically like starting over, which in a sense my business really did start over because I changed the brand name, I changed the quality of my content, I upgraded my gear. So I feel like my business has matured since moving to California, but I don't think it's necessarily been, well, that's not true. It really has been a positive thing moving here and getting started, and I feel like my location does help now. I guess that's the key word, is now. It helps now with my, you know, booking shoots and clients and gaining that engagement like I was talking about. But in the beginning, when I didn't know a single person, that was really hard. Megan on Twitter asked, have you always been comfortable in front of the camera? What pushed you to start vlogging? It's something my Navy fiance is encouraging me to do. I feel like I have always been comfortable in front of the camera. I'm not as comfortable vlogging as I am sitting down and talking to you guys like this, because I'm in the comfort of my home. I have like my dog here. You know, it's a little different than being out in the open vlogging. But over time, vlogging has gotten more comfortable for me. I just get like, you know, nervous if other people are watching, or if I'm with a group of people and they don't really understand like the YouTube world, I'll get kind of nervous. But at the end of the day, I just think to myself, like, these are memories I want to have, and if I don't get past this fear, then I'm not gonna have these memories to look back on. Megan also asked, I'm 22 years old and recently engaged to the love of 4.5 years. Oh, that's awesome. Girl, if you need a wedding photographer, hit me up. He also just joined the military. Any advice? Wow, this could be like a whole separate video, but honestly, the best advice I could give you is to just communicate with each other. And that's like big in any marriage, is just communication. But with like military hours, you're working so long, and you know, you just have to be like understanding. So like, for example, I used to get really annoyed when Truth would work 13-hour days and come home and like close himself off from the world and just play video games all night. And I was like, man, this really sucks for me, because I feel like I should be able to hang out with him and that's what I want. And you know what I've learned over time is that he needs to come before my needs. And so if he comes home and he just wants to relax and that's what he wants to do, then I have to be understanding of that. So just like listen to each other and, you know, put each other before one another is the best advice I could probably give you. Megan also asked a third question. Holla at you, Megan. I love questions. I have Lightroom but don't have any presets. Where and how did you get all of yours? Do I have to buy them? I'm very new to Lightroom. Yes, so I bought all of mine online. I have India Earl's presets, I have LXC, and then I've made some of my own. So I'll link both of those down below if you guys want to go check them out. But that's all I have for you guys today, so thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your questions. I'm sure I'll be doing more Q&As in the future, so if you didn't get to, you know, have your question answered, leave it down below and I'll definitely be using the comments from this video for the next Q&A. So thank you guys so much. Don't forget to follow me on all my social medias. They'll be posted in the down bar, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye!